cancer rate and
Yes.
all right, cool.
Nick,
All right, we're live, James.
Yes, we're live.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with Chloe Jane. Chloe, welcome to the Mirabella Mindset. I appreciate you taking some time this afternoon to talk to me. So for those of you guys tuning in right now, obviously majority of my listeners or my followers are female. I'm in a female dominant industry and we are in the beauty industry. And unfortunately for us, the toxins from the chemicals that we put on our head, that we have on our hands, that from keratins, from nail technicians, what they deal with, even from the candles and like other stuff you put in your salon, like those fragrances can really affect you hormonally. And with the uptick in, difficulty getting pregnant, the rise in the C word, there's just a lot of things that we have to pay attention to. And just overall female health being like the food industry, especially here in the States, is so toxic. And we're just really eating chemicals, not food. And health is the most important thing. Like, so you could be as wealthy as you want. Like you could have all the money in the world, but if you're not healthy, then you have nothing. So I have Chloe here. She is an expert at female health, at getting toxins out of your body, at just making healthier decisions. Chloe, do me a favor, take us through like how you got started and then let's see if we can help some of the listeners out on how they can actually take this journey through their career, being around all these chemicals and still get rid of the toxins and still be healthy with a lot of better choices they make, whether it's food or just even minerals. I know I saw on your page, they can make just healthy decisions with supplementation to kind of clear the toxins out as well.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for having me. So I'm Chloe. I'm a health coach and also an environmental medicine practitioner. So I actually started in the salon industry. I was a beautician. So I started about 9 years ago, just doing nails and waxing. I built that up with my mum. She's a hairdresser. So we had a salon together. And you know what? I absolutely loved it. But years of working like back to back with clients, inhaling all these chemicals, it actually led me to lose my periods. I lost them for about a year. Yeah, the doctors in the UK, they are really, I don't want to say like ignorant, but in a way they are, or maybe
the doctors in the States are ignorant too. They just want to prescribe pills. Like their education comes from pharmaceutical companies that give them the education to just prescribe things and not really analyze and diagnose an outside situation like diet, environment, things like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But when I went to my doctor, who was a woman, she asked me, "Oh, are you trying for a baby?" Which I said at the time, no, I wasn't. And she said to me, "So why does it matter if you don't have your periods if you're not trying for a baby?" And it was that moment that just that anger lit a fire in me to now retrain in environmental medicine and in nutrition to now do what I do to help female business owners.
Oh, she actually said to you, "Why does it matter?"
Yeah.
Wow.
And from that day on, I made a pledge to myself, like not to go to the doctors ever again unless I really, really had to.
I don't really go to doctors either. I self-diagnose myself all the time.
Yeah.
Thank God for AI and Google. But so what did you find? Because the States is different when it comes to like our food, I believe, than the UK and Europe, especially. Like we're really toxic with food, but the chemicals that are still allowed in our ingredients and beauty ingredients here in the States is also different. So what were some of like the stronger chemicals that you felt may have had an impact on you missing your period and causing you to be sick like that?
So definitely like phthalates and endocrine disruptors. So these are basically toxins that come into the bloodstream, and these are things in like shampoos, in like sprays, hairspray. You've got like deodorants, things like that, shower gel. Literally, kind of every beauty product that you can think of, they will be in there. And what they do is they basically come into the hormone system. So they go into the bloodstream, and then they actually start building up in like hormone receptors. So when these hormones are then trying to get into like the receptor site, they can't because it's blocked. Also what these do is they like mimic estrogen. So that's why we see a lot of women now with things like painful periods, PCOS, endometriosis, because they mimic estrogen. The body thinks that there's so much more than there is.
Do you think that also like birth control at an early age affects females as they get into their 20s and 30s? like giving them estrogen. That's what birth control is. So that compounded with the chemicals, that has to be part of the equation as well, right? Do you think about that factor also?
Yeah, definitely. And not even just from like a hormone perspective, but I mean, like for me, I was on birth control like from the age of like 16 for like 10 years. And as soon as I came off, my mental health was so much better. My mood was so much better. Like I used to be like quite a fiery person, and okay, I can still be now occasionally. Like anything would like throw me over the edge years ago. But now I just feel like so much more like calm, collective, and just like I don't get angry over the things that I used to.
But you're also eating a lot healthier too, I'm sure.
Yeah. Yeah, and that makes a massive thing. And I think especially with like stylists, salon owners, think of how many times we skip a meal because maybe we're like running over with a client, or we're working back to back. Like we don't sometimes, like, I mean, I didn't. Sometimes I just wouldn't have time to eat.
Yeah, I mean, I do like a 24 split with fasting.
Okay.
I fast for 20 hours and eat for 4.
Yeah.
Which is brutal. Some days it's brutal, but
yeah,
like I work out in the morning.
How do you find it?
I like it. But like by the time 8 o'clock rolls around, if I didn't eat, I'm ready to eat anything. Like a piece of cardboard, wood. I don't care what it is. Like it's just brutal.
And
right?
when you end work, like, do you still feel energized, or do you feel like, I mean, because when I used to fast, when I was in the salon, I would end the day and I would literally be like brain numb. I just felt like I just could not even speak to like my friends or family. How do you feel after work?
I feel pretty good. I supplement a lot. Like I do a lot of NMN, NAD plus. Like I take a good amount of supplements, but I feel like right around 5 o'clock, I can't film content at night because I just can't articulate the words I want to speak as quick, right? Because I am fasted, and I'm also mentally exhausted from just doing so much problem solving, and my bandwidth, my ability to think anymore is shot. So like if I were to eat, then I kind of get tired and then I'm useless.
Yeah. I think maybe like what sort of things do you eat as well?
I would like to break it with a protein. So I use Lineage. It's an animal-based protein supplement. It's like beef organ. I don't know if you're a vegan or not.
No.
But it's like, it's beef organs, kidney, heart. Paul Saladino. Do you follow him?
No, I don't.
Oh, he's brilliant. Like he's a doctor. He's very big in the animal-based diets. Yeah. So 1 ingredient foods. Mm-hmm. He's like half of your ailments will go away if you just ate foods that had 1 ingredient.
Yeah.
And when you look at the foods we feed our kids, like he did a comparison yesterday between Chick-fil-A and like what he got from Whole Foods. It was like the same price point, both 1,400 calories. He got this huge like array of food. And then it was a Chick-fil-A grilled chicken sandwich that had the waffle fries, and then might have been a mac and cheese, I think. And there was like 140 ingredients in the chicken.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And the whole it's wild. And he's like, here's grilled chicken that I got from Whole Foods. The ingredient is chicken.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, and he was talking about why you're sick right now, why we're so sick here in America is due to the fact of everything we're eating. And then you compound that with things that we do in our industry. Because I used to not put on color or gloves. Like I just didn't even think it was getting into my bloodstream. I would just, same thing with bleach, same thing when I was doing keratin. So like, I'm not going to wear a mask for a keratin. I'm just going to do the keratin. Yeah. And I got to the point where I stopped doing them because I just felt like shit.
Yeah.
And I used to get a headache. I can't even walk in the salon if they're doing a keratin now because I smell it right away. And it could be like psychological. Like I'm like, I don't want to be around it. And I just start getting a headache right away from it.
No, you will. I mean, for like keratins, they use like formaldehyde, which have dead bodies with.
I know.
It's crazy. But I mean, I now, when I was working in the salon before, like I would, my diet was okay. Like I've grew up in a household where we do eat fresh food. But you do just naturally kind of grab whatever's easy, have like a coffee on your break and things like that. And that's what burns you. It's not how hard the job is.
What's your take on caffeine, like coffee? Because we live on coffee in our industry as a hormone disruptor. Is coffee good, bad? Do you feel, because I've mixed readings on it when I read different articles. Like coffee is good for eliminating toxins, and people are like, no, it eliminates your uptake from certain creatines and other supplements. So what's your take on coffee?
So it does minerals. Majority of coffee that you get is full of mold. It's moldy. But like in America, do you know the root brands?
Like we Folgers, like Starbucks. We were a big Starbucks country.
So the Root Brands is an American company.
Root Brands is a coffee.
Yeah, and that has a really good cup score. So that is a really clean coffee.
ROOT?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
OT.
I thought you were asking what are our root brands here? Like what are our main brands?
No, that's
my New Jersey lingo and your UK lingo are gonna have a fun time classing today.
So she's actually a doctor, the woman that made she is amazing, and her coffee is really good. It's like all natural. It has pretty much zero mold, because what they do, because they store these coffee beans in like massive tanks, over time they get mold, and then they basically just rinse them off. So if you're having a coffee from like Starbucks or Costa, if it doesn't tell you the cup score, then you can pretty much guarantee that it's full of mold. But I would always say with coffee, like if you're gonna have caffeine, or if you're gonna have a coffee, just don't have it on an empty stomach. Just eat first, then have a coffee, because the caffeine will, just say you had it like in the morning, first thing when you woke up, a couple of hours later it will make you crash. But if you eat something before, then you'll be fine.
So like Bulletproof Coffee had like its stint here in the States, where it was like either ghee or butter, and it was in the coffee. It was like this blend with MCTs in it and the oil. So it was a lot of fat to slow the absorption of the caffeine over time. Did you guys have that popular out there by you?
Oh, I've never heard of that.
Yeah, it's called Bulletproof Coffee.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was super popular. Like MCT oil, and then butter, and then coffee was you having it black. It breaks your fast because of the fat, obviously, but it sustains your caffeine buzz for longer, because it's not like a big hit to your system. The fat helps slow the caffeine intake in your body, and it was, people probably still have it today.
Yeah,
it was definitely popular a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
In regard to the mold, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's take you through the typical hairstylist. They wake up, they're probably late for work. They rush with their makeup they put on their face that they might or might not put in the car. They probably skip a meal. If they don't, they go to Starbucks, have a coffee, and like some kind of egg processed microwavable shit that they serve there. Then they run to the salon. Now they're either breathing in the nail toxins from the nail part of the salon. They're breathing in the chemicals from the hair color. And then they're also on some kind of a birth control or something else. Then they end the day with a glass of wine or some kind of alcoholic beverage, and they wonder why their body is inflamed, they're in pain, and they can't work longer than 8 hours without being completely just in pain everywhere in their body. Mm-hmm. Take us through that scenario for that person if she's your client. Like where do you start with when somebody comes to you with foggy brain, they can't sleep well, they're in pain, and they feel like they don't know what to do. They tried everything, and their doctor wants to give them a pill.
Mm-hmm. First thing I do with every single client that I work with is breakfast. That's the first place I start, because when we're asleep, the body clears out all the waste. So whatever you do in the morning is going to absorb really quickly. So I always say, like, first thing you need to ensure is like your first meal of the day has like the most nutrients. So even if you have to prep your breakfast the night before, leave it in the fridge, and then wake up within that first hour, eat it, and then have a coffee, that would be fine. But I do try and, like, with my clients, we always work on breakfast first, and then we try and kind of wean them off the coffees if that's something, or we change the coffee for something else.
Okay.
So we recommend them having like a lemon or ginger tea.
Okay.
If they struggle with like their digestion, that would be great for them as well, to kind of have that in the morning first thing.
What kind of macros do you have in that breakfast? How do you break it down? More fats, more proteins?
Protein. Always start with protein. So I would say, like, protein, at least 40% needs to be 40% of the meal needs to be protein. So, like, for me, I mean, a lot of people say that I weird them out with my breakfast, because I'll eat chicken in the morning, I'll eat steak. I will have whatever it takes to get those nutrients in. So like this morning I had like cottage cheese, chicken, pumpkin seeds. What else did I have? Chives, tomatoes, onion. And it's like
What are pumpkin seeds for?
pumpkin seeds are amazing for like things like parasites. They're also an amino acid as well. So a great source of like vegan protein. But yeah, always start with what you do in the morning is going to be the best thing for the body.
Do you have a lot of stylist clients of yours? Like what predominantly are your clients?
Yeah, so I do have a couple at the moment, a couple of salon owners, and these are women that have literally struggled. Like, I mean, they have kids as well, so they're ending the day not really wanting to speak to the kids, just feeling so overwhelmed. I think as well, the problem is like when you're a stylist, you sit with your clients for so long and you're talking about problems and you're giving them advice. They're probably giving you advice on what to do. And so many of my clients will say, what supplement should I take for this, and this? And I'm like, none. Let's start with how you run your day and what you eat in the morning. Like, let's start with that and then we can look at supplements. But yeah, it's
Where do you see supplements fitting in? Is there a place for supplements? Like, do you take any creatine? Do you take anything to supplement your food? Or are you always trying to go for the food first to get the nutrients that you should be getting from your food?
Yeah, I always try food first. So I actually work with a company called Vicon Customs. They're an American brand, and I have a supplement that is made by them. So I do a mineral test every couple of months, every 3 months, sorry, and then they will just make me a supplement. Because what you find is, especially like even like this past week, I've been looking at people that have been like supplementing with like calcium, magnesium, potassium, like all these different things. But then you look at their mineral tests and they're way over the threshold of where they should be, because we should have a balanced diet. But if you're taking the same things every day, sometimes the body doesn't need it.
So you should cycle on and off the supplements too? Ever? Do you suggest that?
Yeah, it really depends. So like for me, every 3 months I have a new supplement, and
Okay.
that depends on like my mineral levels.
What's the name of that company again? Viacom?
Vicon Customs. But they do like multivits and things like that. They're a really good brand.
So here's an issue. I've been in the industry for a long time and I've been around females for a long time. I feel like stress is one of them, but going to the bathroom, like specifically women always have this issue in our industry. Do you think that's caused by the environmental stress and like the different toxins in the food that they're eating that they can't go to the bathroom or eliminate waste?
Sorry.
I feel like like their cycle, and not just a period cycle, like going to the bathroom, like pooping. Like I know it sounds gross for the subject, but that's always an issue in our industry, that they're always either constipated or something's wrong with them. And how toxic is that for your body not to be able to limit waste? And what does that do for their health overall?
It's one of the worst things, because what happens is like if you're not going once a day, then you are clinically classed as constipated. So if you're not going once a day, what happens is all those toxins in the poo, they get kind of like stagnant in the colon, and then because they're not being released, they then just start to be then released back into the body. So the problem is with that, like then that can go into the brain, and that's when you start to see things like Alzheimer's and dementia and issues like that.
So that could be a huge contributor to a lot of the mental
Yes.
issues too that people deal with as they start getting older, whether it's memory, it's Alzheimer's, it could be just the way people react, like pre-menopausal, that whole hormonal change in women when they hit those late 40s, 50s. I think that's another issue in our industry where you're dealing with a lot of stress. And how does the outside environment of what we're dealing with chemical wise, how does it affect that as well? And what can they do to help? And what supplements or what can they eat to help prevent any of those changes they're going through?
So are the worst things for hormones. And because if you think about like us in evolution, like we have lived in a low nutrient state for a very long time.
What's the worst thing for hormones?
Sorry, chemicals. The chemicals.
Okay, cool.
So I would always say like the food is a massive factor, but personally, I think the chemicals are a lot worse. Well, obviously there is chemicals in food, but I think in the products it is a lot worse because we've lived in such a low nutrient state for such a long time. Like in the wild, like we would probably eat like once a week maybe, and then have like nothing else until we had our next course. So all these chemicals, they're so new, and although the body can get rid of them, we're just exposed to too many. So the average woman is exposed to 158 chemicals a day, and that's not a hairstylist. That's just the average woman.
So that's typical. All right, I'm putting on makeup. I'm wearing deodorant. I have shampoo. I got hairspray. Then I use dry shampoo, which I'm just inhaling all of those fumes as well. And then how about clothing? Any chemicals from clothing that get absorbed? Are you onto that train?
Polyester.
Yeah.
Plastic. You have plastic, elastine, that absorbs into the body. And especially with plastic as well, like people don't believe it, but it's called an obesogen as well. So what actually happens is the plastic stores in fat cells, and that's why so many women do find it really hard to lose weight.
Really? I didn't know that. So like these leggings that people wear, because everyone wears gym clothes now, and that's their major attire. And so it's all polyester, all different, not real fabric, just different chemicals that they made to make fabric out of. And so that is also absorbing into their skin then too.
Yes.
Because I hear that, I think it's bullshit, but.
Yeah, I know, it's true. It's true. It's true. I mean, you can even go like as far as when you stand on your bath mat, when you stand on your carpet, when you sit on your chair that's made from these fibers. When I studied environmental medicine, I remember sitting and thinking, I need to change all the furniture. I need to change like all the floors. But the thing is, you're never going to be able to fully get away from all these. It's just about how you can actually just decrease exposure and just help the body to be able to eliminate it as well as it can do.
How can we help eliminate a lot of the different chemicals we're absorbing, whether it's from fasting, whether it's pumpkin seeds like parasites? What would you take somebody through who is really toxic right now? What's your protocol for them?
I would start with sweating. Sweating is the best thing that you can do. And if you think about a day to day, as a nation, we don't sweat anymore. Really, like we're meant to sweat every day. Do we? No, like even when I go to the gym, I go to the gym 4 times a week, but do I sweat every time? No.
One of my non-negotiables for my community, because I have a coaching program too, it's a business program, but it's to sweat daily.
Oh, I love that. I love that.
There's a lot of things like read your goals. There's like a bunch of them, but sweat daily, move daily, because just dealing with the stresses of life, I didn't realize that it was going to help them eliminate toxins either. So now I'm going to make that even more of a priority for people.
Yeah, it's the best way.
So like a sauna. Do you like saunas?
Sauna, yes. Yeah. Amazing. So I will try do like 15 minutes in the sauna. Kind of like as much as I can. Some days it's like 1 day a week, sometimes it's 4 days a week, just depends like how my schedule is and if I can kind of be bothered to actually get in the sauna. But yeah, I need to do it more, but sauna is the best. And if you take a towel in as well, because when you're sweating, if you leave that sweat on your skin, it will just reabsorb. So take like a flannel or a little towel and just kind of dry yourself off.
While you're in the sauna, right?
Whilst you're in the sauna, yeah.
So going in the sauna for 20 minutes and not taking a shower and going to sleep with all that sweat on you is probably not the best idea.
No.
Have you heard of Rhonda Patrick? You know who Rhonda Patrick is?
No.
She's a what is her name of her company? I think Found My Fitness. She was on Joe Rogan's podcast a lot of times, and she's huge into saunas. Like 20 minutes a day till it lowers like all case mortality like 20% or some ridiculous amount of percentage. Like saunas are so amazing for you.
Sorry, what did you say her surname was?
Rhonda Patrick.
Okay.
Yeah. You'll love it. She's brilliant.
I think within like the next year or so, I will have one of them installed in the house.
I want one when I move, because my house is too small right now. Like we're looking to get a bigger home. I want to put one in the basement.
Yeah.
I would go in it every day.
Yeah.
30 minutes 3 times a week, but I'd like to do it every day.
Every single day. How about like cold plunges and shit like that?
So I think for men, fine, but for women, not okay.
Okay.
I mean, now and again is fine, but for women that are doing it like every day, I would personally stop.
Why is
Just
that?
with our like hormonal system, we want it to be warm so that like the blood flow can move, and when you're kind of freezing it, it's kind of making it like very stagnant. From like a Chinese medicine perspective, like we want the body warm.
So the women who are on the bandwagon of like cold plunges every day as part of the routine should really nix that out.
Yeah, it's a on the body as well. So a lot of women that I see, they do a lot of like open water swimming in the UK, and it's and a lot of them women are the ones that have either irregular periods or just have lost their periods completely.
Come on, really?
Yeah. I mean, I would say like, okay, every now and again is fine, but the women that are doing it religiously, it's one of the things that I try and I don't try and make them stop, but I try and like incorporate something else that they can do.
Could they wear like a suit or something while they swim, like one of those thermal suits? They go in the
Yeah,
water?
I guess they could, but I still feel like
Yeah.
it's still cold. It takes a long time for them suits to kind of get you feeling warm, I guess.
All right. So for someone listening right now, hairstylist who wants to obviously learn more about you, you help people virtually too, right? Like if someone was dealing in the States, you're like, listen, I feel like shit, Nick. I'm a hair salon owner. I'm a stylist. I eat like shit. I know I do. I need someone to help me with my diet, someone help me with supplementation or nutrition, and just guide me on being healthier because I don't like the doctor. I don't want to take pills. How can they reach you and how can they speak to you?
So you can reach me on Instagram, so at Cloco Health, and drop me a DM. We can jump on a discovery call. And then what I do is I would run you through so my program is either a 3-month program or you can have like a one-off mineral test. So if you wanted to do the program, we would do a mineral test at the start. We would run through loads of different aspects of your health within those 3 months. And then at the end, mineral test again to see how the levels have changed. But we can do that virtually.
And so in the 3 months time, like 90 days, you could pretty much get somebody feeling a lot better. Have you seen people in 90 days get their period back?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long did it take for you to get back to like being where you wanted to be health wise? Like when you started this journey?
I didn't get my periods back for about a year and a half.
Wow.
But I didn't really know where I was going wrong.
Yeah.
But I didn't realize that what I was doing was wrong for my body. Like I was fasting every day. So I would fast until about 12 o'clock, but I would go to the gym whilst fasting in the morning. When that 12 o'clock come for my lunch, sometimes I wouldn't be able to take my lunch because I was overrunning with a client. And it wasn't until I made that switch that I was like, oh, okay, you know what, I'm not overrunning anymore, because when I got those nutrients in, like I was just naturally quicker at my job.
Yeah.
So sometimes I would overrun with clients. I'd then get probably sort of about 6 o'clock, have something to eat or just kind of snack in between clients. And then sometimes I wouldn't eat my dinner until maybe like 6:30, 8 o'clock. So I'd gone all day with no food and doing a workout. And that's for your hormones, that's the worst thing that you can do.
So for I do that all the time. So even for a male, that's bad for my hormones too, you think? Or significantly worse for a female?
Worse for a female. So all of these studies on fasting are for men. So for men, it's not as bad. But
how do you feel about like a 3-day fast, like those 3-day water fasts for parasite removal and getting toxins out of the body?
I did one and I did feel amazing. I did. But then I lost my periods for a month.
Really?
Yeah. So it was for me, I'd probably never do it again.
Okay.
But then there is a certain point of your cycle where it's okay to do that. But I didn't realize that, so I just did it at any point.
So what point on your cycle would that be okay if someone's listening and they want to do a 3-day fast, if they wanted to clean their body?
I actually don't know that.
Okay. So ChatGPT might know that. So look, if you guys are thinking about doing a fast right now, just figure out when your cycle is from the date of your last cycle, and then you probably could do the math and figure out where you're at now. But
yeah.
All right. Chloe, it's been amazing talking to you.
No,
like, this is awesome. I learned so much shit here. I never got my period ever, so maybe I should stop fasting.
You're a lucky man.
But yeah, I think the mold in the coffee, that's something we just overlook, like how bad that mold could be for you. Because I drink coffee on a regular basis and it sits in the bag for a while at my salon, sitting in this top thing. So not only does it come moldy, it's by sitting there. I grind beans right into my cup.
Yeah, but think about how long that's been sat before you brought it, but not even sat in its package
At the
in
factory in the warehouse too.
factory. Like that's the problem, and it's the same with the decaf, because decaf is just as bad as caffeine because
I thought it was worse because they had to run it through a chemical process, right?
it's extracted via a solvent. So essentially, you're just drinking a solvent. But yeah, you can get a good coffee with like a good cup score. So definitely the Root Brands is a great one. Then yeah, you'll be fine with that.
All right, that's awesome. I know what I didn't touch on real quick. I wanted to touch on we got time. Because with the uptick in Botox and other things people inject in their faces and lip fillers and all of that, because our beauty industry, a lot of the women want to stay looking young. And in addition to whatever toxins in their body, have you seen a rise in that affecting their overall health as well? Or
So
not?
we've seen it mainly in like brain fog. People actually do have quite bad reactions to Botox, but in the UK, it's not really something that gets spoken about too much. There is a lot of in the UK. There's a lot of kind of unregulated practitioners, so they'll end up kind of injecting with things that aren't Botox, like the fake Botox.
Yeah.
And you see like a lot of problems with that.
Oh no, we do it here. There's dentists that inject, because a lot of salons have like Botox parties and their friend's a nurse and she got like the license. And so yeah, people inject anyone. Like they do it at houses and shit. So guys, you're listening, be careful who injects you too.
Definitely choose your practitioner wisely.
All right, Chloe. Thank you so much. Everyone, make sure you follow Chloe. She's amazing. I learned a lot today about a lot of different stuff. So
yeah, any questions, just drop me a DM. I'm always happy to answer them.
Yeah. James, if anyone's watching right now, I'm going to give a Q&A for a couple minutes so they can ask her live. James, are there any questions?
Hair Dynamics wants to know what's a good cream substitute.
Like cream for coffee or cream for your face?
I don't know.
Ask it. Who else? Any other questions in there?
We got, I'm going to sweat right now.
Yeah.
That's what we got in there. Someone wants to know how toxins even mess with our hormones.
That's a good question, actually.
So the toxins, they'll basically mimic estrogen. So that's why. So when estrogen is going around in the blood, the toxins enter the bloodstream and they mimic estrogen. So they basically attach to the estrogen. And then when that's going around your blood, it will then go into just say like the breasts or like the ladies' area. And that's why you see people that have a lot of like breast cancers, PCOS. But the problem is with them as well, they can actually sit in hormone receptor sites. So you'll find that sometimes they'll like build up, and then the hormones that are trying to get into those like the places where they need to be, they can't get there because there's a buildup of them.
Where are the hormone receptors at? You have receptors everywhere in your body?
Everywhere, yeah.
So like all the muscles, like bones, like everything has a hormone receptor. So like testosterone, because women need testosterone too in their body.
Yeah.
And then estrogen as well. Because I know a lot of people I know, I'm 46, like they're in my age bracket, they're getting pellets or they're getting hormone replacement therapy.
Yeah.
And I'm seeing a lot more people needing hormone, especially males too, probably because of the toxins and their testosterone got screwed up because of all the extra estrogen.
Yeah, I mean, nowadays I think men have a 30-year-old man right now has the same level of testosterone than a 75-year-old does. Well, is meant to, yeah.
It's wild.
That's why you're seeing like so many couples that are really struggling to have babies.
Yeah, I mean, we had a couple miscarriages, me and my wife, and then it was, we tried eliminating everything. Like she cleaned her whole diet up, and it was a tough couple years. And like that's why I started learning about like the leggings, and she was like eliminating everything. And then what happens is you start listening to different people, and then you're trying to do everything from everybody, and then now nothing's working again. So like you need one source of truth that you trust, because there is a lot of like, I call it bro science out there, where like people are like, no, you got to do this, this, and this. And this guy on YouTube said to do this. And now you're following this guy's advice. And then because she had a baby and she struggled, but it had nothing to do with that. She might have just stopped drinking coffee, like you said, and that ailment, or changed her leggings. Like, who knows what could have done it. And you're contributing it to this one supplement she's taking, which is affecting you in a negative way.
Yeah, I mean, what you find with, especially health, like that's why it's so overwhelming, because you just, you'll pick up bits from like this person, this person, this person, and they probably don't even work in health. They might just be like an influencer, and it's like nothing is tailored for you. Like they don't have a background, they don't know what you do for work, they have no idea probably who you even are. So it's like,
ladies and gentlemen,
she wanted to know about coffee, creamer for coffee.
Oh, creamer for coffee.
We got a couple questions.
Good. Fire through with the questions, guys. James,
what's the better creamer for coffee? I always say milk.
So I don't know what.
I wouldn't use, so they're about like there's milk substitutes for coffee here in the States, like Coffee Mate. All of that shit is chemicals. Use raw, organic, grass-fed cream.
Yeah.
I think, and if you're lactose intolerant, then just don't.
What are your thoughts on like raw milk and pasteurized milk?
So raw milk, I love it.
You know, raw milk's illegal in New Jersey.
It's very illegal in New
Jersey. But you can buy vodka, and you can buy alcohol, and you can buy cannabis.
New Jersey has the strictest rules, strictest laws in the country on raw dairy.
Can you imagine?
Crazy. That is.
Yeah, this state's wild.
Yeah, we have to get raw milk. It's like when we get it, it's like a drug deal. It's crazy.
Yeah. We work with a farm. We get delivered raw milk, raw dairy, raw goat's milk. We get cheeses, because I get like raw organic beef, not raw. Well, obviously it's raw, but grass-fed organic beef. The eggs we get from them. So I don't like going to the food stores.
She wants to know non-dairy. She can't have dairy.
So if you can make your own almond milk, then amazing. And that's actually quite easy to do. So you basically just blend the almonds up. You put them in like a nut bag, and then you can literally just squeeze the milk out of it. Add like a little bit of water.
Almonds you need to do that to get like a glass of almond milk? Or
it's I mean, I don't know kind of what you have in the US, but in the UK we do have oat milk, but you have to check the ingredients. So you just need to make sure that it is literally just oats and water.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the like substitutes for milk, they'll have just like
canola oil
ingredients. Like
why is oat milk have a bad rap? Because I started researching recently about oats, or oat milk specifically.
For men more so than women.
Yeah.
So oats are most chemically sprayed foods. So if you don't get it organic, then it will be sprayed with glyphosate.
Glyphosate beautiful. It's a beautiful chemical. It's on everything, right?
Everything.
Yeah.
Becca, the chemist, wants to know if red light therapy is helpful for removing toxins.
I would say it's definitely worth doing, but it's gonna really do nothing unless you're sweating.
How about hair loss? Now that I got you here, because I just thought like how much, because I'm seeing a huge uptick in like thinning hair for women as they're getting into like even their late 20s.
She says 30s. Yes, I'm buying one.
Yeah, no, I'm talking like the food and the toxins. Like, have you like, because do women deal with the hair loss? They miss their period. That has a lot to do with DHT production in the scalp, a mismatch in hormone levels. Do you see like some women you work with like actually getting improvement with some of their hair growing back on their head and it getting thicker and healthier?
Yeah, and definitely like women that just the shedding decreases, and a lot of the time it's because they're not actually eating enough nutritious foods, because the body has like over like even just in the brain 10 million cells, so the body needs a lot of energy to actually be able to produce these cells. So if you don't have enough energy in the body, then you don't have enough energy for the hair to grow.
What do you think about like the GLP-1s and the GLP-2s? That's huge out here in the States.
Yeah, it's terrifying. It's really terrifying. I recently just worked with a woman who I looked through her food diary for 4 days, and she'd ate 7 pieces of food. And that's not like 7 meals. That's like an apple, a cereal bar, a cupcake. And she said, like, I physically can't eat anymore because I just feel sick. And the problem is with that is like it's not only just burning fat, it's taking your muscle as well. So for women especially, they'll end up with osteoporosis.
Yeah, bone density's got to be shot after that.
Yeah. It's terrible. It's a massive craze at the minute in the UK, and I hope that it stops. I actually have a phone call with my doctor a couple of weeks ago, just to give me a bit more like information on it and to kind of see what they think of it. And even they said that they're scared.
Retrutide's a new peptide that's been getting really popular too. It's like a triple agonist, so it curbs your hunger a little bit, but not so much as the other ones. It helps
Okay.
you burn more fat. It helps your body. It doesn't. You still eat, but it helps your body not. It helps your body preserve muscle as you're losing the weight. Like it's a pretty solid. It's by Eli Lilly. I'm not sure if it got approval yet, but I think that's on a huge rise. I see it everywhere now, and it's one of the better peptides you can take. But I feel like peptides in general. What's your feeling on them?
I don't really know enough about them.
About them, yeah.
Enough about them, and I think it's just because I do try and do everything with like diet and lifestyle, and then I do supplement with my custom supplement. But peptides, I've heard amazing things about them. I just don't know enough.
I use them when I tore my pec. I still have a couple of peptides that I take that like help you produce more growth hormone naturally. But when I tore my chest, I was doing push-ups again in like 3 weeks.
Really?
I had a full tear, a full pec. Like I have no muscle connected. I never got surgery.
Wow,
And
that's
yeah. I was taking PPC 157 and TD 500.
wow.
And I was like, wow, this shit's pretty badass. Like it worked really well.
He's also a psychopath. Just letting you know, he's not like normal human beings.
James, any more questions?
She wanted to know, what about hemp seed? I'm guessing about the creamer again. Is hemp seed creamer good?
I would just check the ingredients. The ingredients.
I think everything goes down to ingredients. I think companies, they label healthy food as healthy, like almond milk and oat milk, and they ride the bandwagon of what's popular and trending in terms of health food, and they fucking pollute it with glyphosate and other chemicals. And you think you're eating something healthy like Chick-fil-A, and there's 141 ingredients in the bun. And it's like, food should just be food. Like when you buy the particular food, it should just be that.
Yes. Yeah. So
if the food actually has a label on it, then that's actually classed as a warning label.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the way this like the ingredients label.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes. Really?
Then it's
warning you like, hey, this shit's in here.
Yeah,
so eat it your
risk. In the United States, we have bioengineered ingredients in the ingredients. Like it's crazy. Like you get Ritz crackers and it's like bioengineered ingredients on Ritz crackers. Like it's wild.
Yeah, like all the food colorings, all of that shit we're eating.
Yeah. I mean, I think about like the kids now. So my partner, he has a little boy, and he ate some Skittles a few weeks ago, and I was like, hell no, I don't want to look after that kid, because he was like going crazy. He was like,
fight with my mother all the time, because I'll stop by her house with the kids and she has fucking cookies for them and other shit. And I'm like, Ma, you can't, because I got to deal with them, because my wife's doing something. I'm with the kids. I got 2 kids. Like my daughter's going to be 3 soon. My son's 1.5.
And she's just like him.
And like my son's wild man too now. And like it was a significant mood change in her mood after she had that cookie all day.
I know.
Yes. Tantrum. I'm like, never again. I went to, I'm like, Mom, take the cookies out, hide them. I know you love your grandkids. It's not happening. I'm not dealing with it. I'm going to leave them here. You can deal with them.
You know, it's funny you say that, because when I actually did my 3-day fast, I 3-day fast. I thought I did it correctly. So they say when you do a fast to kind of like wean yourself off food. So wean yourself off meat, then just kind of eat like vegetables, things like that, just so that it's not like a massive shock. And then when you break a fast, break it like over 3 days. So break the fast after the 3 days with vegetables, and then you can start adding in like protein and then like fruit and like natural sugars. So I'd done that for 7 days, and I thought, okay, I should be fine now to eat something. So my client, bless her, she actually made me a lemon drizzle cake, because she knew finishing this fast, right, it's 7 days later, I'll be fine. Literally 2 hours later, I couldn't stop crying. Could not stop crying. And like my partner was like, holy shit, like
what's wrong with you?
I was crying. I was like, oh, and I was crying about like the most stupid stuff. Like I was thinking like my life is terrible, and I was like throwing like proper tantrums. And afterwards I was like, wow, that's what sugar is doing.
Yeah.
But when you eat it all the time, you don't realize.
Well, we like the hairstyles community, like we live on quick little snacks. We have like, especially Halloween, then the holidays. So you're fasting, you're only eating sugar, then you're drinking, you're celebrating. And this is why people are so sick from this time of year in the States, especially. Do you guys have Halloween?
Yes.
Are you? All right. So from now until New Year's, and then you end New Year's getting blacked out drunk, eating more shit food. And then next, you know, new year, new me, but you can't even start the new year, right? Because you're so inflamed from what you just did for the last 3 months compounded into your body. So you have 3 months of just eating like shit. And then you're like, oh, new year, new me. And you can't even do it because your body's just not ready to do it yet.
And you're addicted. Like you are addicted because sugar is the most addictive substance.
What would you say would be the best detox to get off of sugar? Because it is addictive.
So,
Cocaine?
Sorry.
Cocaine? No.
No, it is 4 times more addictive.
Yeah, I know. It's insane. It's more addicting than heroin and cocaine.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's probably kills more people too.
Yeah.
Definitely. I would say the best way to kind of just wean yourself off. Like, don't go cold turkey because you will have withdrawal symptoms. You will hate yourself. All you will be thinking about is that next cake, that next chocolate bar. So just wean yourself off. And if you're eating the right amount of like protein, then the body won't crave it.
You'll be satiated because you have enough nutrients.
Yeah, and that's the reason why most people do eat sugar, because they're actually not eating enough in the day. Like most people are going all day with not eating, having like a meal in the evening. Now, why give yourself all that energy in the evening when you're winding down? Like you need that in the day when you're busy.
I think there's a big misunderstanding between men and women. I think women think that men should have more protein, and I think women undereat protein in their diet because they should be having a significant amount of protein, like
a gram of protein for every pound that you weigh.
Yeah. If not more. There's a girl I follow. She has like 200 grams of protein a day, and she's super lean.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think women, one of the things that they don't do enough of, because we're carb junkies, right? Everyone loves their carbs.
Which turns into sugar.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think for a woman, like that's also a really smart idea that you do. You have your steak and your chicken in the morning and just load up the protein. Because then you're craving the sugar.
You think about like, I mean, I don't really know what you guys have in the States, but I imagine it's the same here. Cereal is so sugary, like bread, and they're like the staple.
Yeah, avocado toast, right? It's like the chemical bread with avocado and egg on it, and then you have it with some other crap that have chemicals in it. And so, like avocado toast is like it got a name for being really healthy for you, but the toast just is not good for you.
Eggs,
bagels,
cheese, and fruit.
We're big on bagels here too.
Huge.
Yeah.
Especially New Jersey.
So bagels are all carbs, but the bread now, like I don't know about you in the UK, the bread's not even bread in the United States anymore.
No,
like it's not
just
real
all
bread.
Chemicals. You can't just go to the store and get actual real bread.
No, it's like the way they make the wheat now. It's supposed to be extend the shelf life for bread. It's just bread's so terrible for you, and it's a huge
ingredients list is like 50 ingredients.
Toast is a staple for breakfast. Bagels are a staple for breakfast, and I think you're loading up on carbs all day long. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that turns into sugar, like you're saying.
Glucose,
but then you're always chasing that hunger throughout the day.
Yeah, always. The body just craves it. The body just needs more sugar because it just needs more energy. I actually, talking about the bread, when my mum went away, so I looked after her house for a few weeks, and I said to her, whilst you're away, she was away for 3 weeks. I said, I'm going to leave this loaf of bread in the cupboard. I'm not going to touch it. And I'm going to see what it looks like when you come back. It was perfect.
Yeah, come on.
And that should not last that long.
No,
it should get moldy right away.
Real bread shouldn't last long at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chloe, I'm curious. Do you work with clients virtually only, or in person?
It's mainly virtual, but I do have in-person clinics as well.
Okay, I want to connect you with my mother because she had a stroke, and open heart surgery, and her diet is atrocious, and she sleeps all day. She just feels like crap all of the time. She's not all there in her head because she's getting no nutrients in her body. And I battle with her every single day that she needs, because she likes sugar. That's all she eats is yogurt and cake. That's like once a day. Like when you mentioned the woman who had like 7 items in 3 days, that's my mother. She'll have 7 items, and most of those items are sugar and desserts. So I'm glad you work with people virtually. I'm going to connect you.
Yeah. Connect me. It'd be lovely to speak to her. And I think as well, like obviously you're trying to say things to her, but what I've noticed with all of my clients, and even with me, like we don't listen to the people that are closest.
She will not listen to me at all. At all. James, I've been eating this my entire life. I'm fine.
Yeah.
Like, Ma, you're in bed all day. Like you're falling. Like, she's not recovering very well. And I think if she fixed her diet and her exercise.
Well, she's tired all day too.
She has no nutrients in her body. So I'm like, Ma, like, I really think that you can make a full recovery if you start eating right, eating correctly, and moving. Like, these 2 things together will change your life drastically, because she stays in bed and watches TV all day.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we also in our industry too, like we always say that young kids are so lazy.
Mm-hmm.
The young kids might just be poisoned. Like everyone's like, these newer stylists are so lazy. They don't want to work. Now that I'm talking to you, they might just be completely shot out because they've never actually had a real piece of food before.
Yeah. I do think that's right. I mean, think of like all the kids now that have like autism or like the ADHD, things like that. I know obviously there was like that has been around for a long time, but in the UK, it's like everybody has a kid that has.
Yeah. What is your? I'm gonna bring this kind of like off the topic a little bit. What's your opinion on vaccines and how they over vaccinate kids today too? Like that has to contribute, because when you have a child, you're supposed to introduce one food at a time to your kid to make sure they're not allergic to it. But yet you're gonna pump my kid full of how many hundreds of chemicals, how many different shots all at once, but yet you want me to test the water with a fucking peach?
Yeah.
And so now there's this misconnection between food and the pharmaceutical company. And we have no idea what's hurting our children and hurting people in general. And I think the Band-Aid to put on is like, oh, ADHD. Oh, they have autism. Oh, they have this. When I think that if we were to really clean up our environment and the things we're injecting in us and ingesting us, we would have a lot less issues today.
Definitely. I mean, I'm not vaccinated.
Yeah.
I would vaccinate myself. I had like a few clients when we were going like through the pandemic, and actually a few of them had Alzheimer's after.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Afterwards, it was just even like a few weeks after, I had like their family coming to me and saying like, oh, this isn't right. Okay, now she's forgetting things. Now this is happening. So think about that.
That's my mother.
Yeah, think about that as like a fully grown adult, and then think about that as a child when they're still growing. Like that's going to do terrible things. The first 13 years of your life is when you should be the healthiest, because that's when the body is growing. So
and unfortunately, that's a great point. The first 13 years you're eating nothing but Fruit Loops and cereal, and then other microwavable eggs that aren't really eggs. Like, I just can't believe what happened.
All this juice that the box literally says it's 1% juice on the package. Like,
but even as like, not to talk about just kids, but as a business owner, like you got to be dialed in. And so when you're dealing with the stress of having 20 employees or 10 employees, and you can't even function because you're not eating real food, and you're going to the doctor, you're taking other pills, and you're doing this shit, you cannot function as a business owner or a productive person inside of your own company if you're not healthy.
Yeah, of course.
You just can't do it. And there's so much stress that we deal with. Why would you want to put more stress on your body physically when you're dealing with it with an emotional environment by trying to balance the checkbook and deal with your stylist? So if, as an owner of a business, it's your job to obviously show up for your team as a true leader. And if you could have a team dialed in, that's healthy, that's eating proper food, because we bring a lot of shit to our salon. Like, we have healthy snacks in my salon, and like sometimes it's more expensive, but we choose the better option because my team's going to eat them, even though I tell them not to eat them
until someone brings in a cake or donuts.
Yeah, and then they bring in like other cake. Like we have all kinds of that shit in our
And
salon.
I,
from
of
people.
course, can't say no.
So it's like up to you. Like the stuff you're feeding your staff will also affect their mood.
Of course, yeah. I mean, as a business owner, like, you are the most valuable asset in your business. And this is like a massive thing that I like teach to all my clients. It's like, look after yourself first before you do anything. Because if you look after yourself, everything else will follow.
Yeah, that's great advice. All right, Chloe, it was awesome talking to you.
No, you
amazing. Yeah, James, connect with Chloe, with your mom after the show. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are listening after this live, do me a favor, go to Chloe. What's her handle again on Instagram?
Cloco Health. So CLOCO Health.
Cloco Health. And then I'm going to tag her. James, you could put it in the description of the podcast for us.
It already is.
And then same thing, guys on YouTube. You can follow her. Do you have a YouTube channel or just Instagram?
It's coming.
It's coming? All right, cool. You got to get on YouTube. It'll be a lot of fun. All right, guys. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon. Thanks for watching, everybody. And then I will see you on, I think I'm going live tomorrow too. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Chloe, thanks again for your time. I appreciate it.
Have a good weekend.
You learned a lot.
Bye.
Bye, guys.